welcome down to Devon Koi Pond. Beautiful day down here today, had a little bit of sun, a little sprinkle of rain at the moment, but it's so mild and it's been absolutely fine for the last week and a bit. Temperature's been right up. I'll show you the pond temperature in a minute. Really surprised about that. Spring's coming, spring's here. It's going to be time to take the covers off now. Maybe next week, maybe the week after. I might strip the veg filter down next week if I don't uncover the pond. But fish are really keen on some food. They've started really eating, and that'll be to do with the water temp. I'll show you that in a second. But it's that time of year for you to start doing a few preps ready for uncovering the pond and getting things ready and up and running. I'll take you up and show you a swap on the cartridges on my Dechlorinator. I've just pulled that one out of the filter down here. I have two of them, so it goes through 6 cartridges. Allows me to run the water a little bit faster when I want to. But I bring the one down from up the top and stick in the filter house down here right on the end of the other one in the winter, just so it can't freeze up. But I'm going to swap the cartridges over in that one. Do it about 4 times a year, so about 3.5–4 months we'll swap them over. Okay, they're looking pretty manky, which is a bit surprising to me. It even looks like there's a bit of algae growing in them. But we'll swap that one over a minute, and we'll come down and have a look at this. Hi, so here we are up at the first chlorinator. This one spent the winter down inside the filter tank house down the bottom. I've got 2 of these on the line. This is the first one. It's normally up here, but winter time I put it inside so it can't freeze. So I've got it up here, and it's time to swap the cartridges over. I think I've been through this before with you, but I swap these over like 4 times a year. 2 of these, a set of 3 of these is about just over a tenner I think on eBay. I usually swap the 2 sets out of the cartridges at a time. Having 2 on there allows me to run the water a bit faster, so I'll just whip these over a minute. Swap them. These are well dirty, these in here. They've done a good 4 months, so it's time to swap them over. I'll probably fast forward this for a minute, but time to swap these out. Okay, so there you go, that's the 3 of them swapped out, and the first chlorinator back in its spot. That one will now spend the summer up here. It's not safe up here in the winter. If it freezes, it could split apart, whereas down in the little shed I've got over the top of the filters down there, it's fine in there. It's sat down there just in front of the other one, so I've got 2 ending on each other, and then the water out. Allows you to run the water a little bit faster through the system, which is quite handy sometimes. If you've only got 1 of these, you really need to run the water through them quite slowly for them to do a proper job. But that's that little job. So back to the next bit. So them cartridges, you want to swap them over regularly. If you've only got 1 chlorine blocker, then run the water through it really slowly. Don't be tempted to run it too fast, because it just won't strip the chlorine out. Looks like the kiddies are well up for some food, so let's give them a handful a minute. This winter they haven't eaten as much as they did last year. Last year I went through a good 10 kilos of food through the winter. This year I'm got about litre and a half left of a 5 litre tub. They've just not shown the interest, although the water's been warmer all the way through the winter. Very good temps. They just haven't shown the interest in food. I've been throwing in a handful and it's just floated around in there for 20 minutes, and then I've ended up scooping it out. So I cut right back on what I was feeding them. But with the water temp on the rise now, I'm hearing stories and seeing a couple of people that have already uncovered their ponds. I'm just not quite ready yet. Next week I might well undo the veg filter, but I'm going to leave it until the school half term to pull the covers off. I got plenty of time that week. So let's show you exactly what the temperature is over here today. So we've got 12.2. And the air temperature today is very pleasant. It's probably around 16 degrees here. It was really nice. Leave the camera on them a minute while I natter to you. So it's that time of year coming out of winter. I'm pretty sure I'll get an algae bloom very soon. I've flicked the switch on the UV on today. Pop that one on. Got no signs of blanket weed at the moment, but I had a big bloom of it last year and I'm expecting it back. So I've ordered myself a pot of clover leaf to treat that if it happens. I've also got myself a new tub of bio balls on the way because it's time to top up the bio in that filter. Now I do prefer these. I'm using these for several years. I really do like them. This is last of probably the second tub I had last year. I've ordered a new one, but I'm going to give a generous handful now into each moving bed. We'll drop some in on top of the easy pods as well. Let them bop around in there. We need to build that bio up. So and for the nose. In a minute, after cleaning the easy pods out, I'll top a handful up in them. At the moment the K1's pushing up a bit, so I need to give them a clean and I'll top that up. Water's looking really, really good. To be ashamed of getting algae bloom kind of a month into having the covers off. So I'll make sure I have got that pot of clover leaf on standby. This one wants a clean as well. It's time to run through and give all the filters a clean, I think. To those of you that have been wondering about the fry that I had last year, I haven't done too well with them indoors. They've just slowly died off. I just do not understand why. But I've got about 3 or 4 left indoors, and they've not grown as much as they should have. But these things were sent to try us. I know I've got some fry in the veg filter. I've seen a couple floating around in there, starting around. As I've moved things around in there in the last few weeks, I've caught sight of 1 or 2. Those obviously are totally natural. They've never been fed. They've only survived on what was in the veg filter. So it'll be interesting to see what they look like and whether we can spot them when we uncover it next week or the week after. And as you can see, it's starting to spit with rain here again. So I'll pop the camera back up on the side, and that'll probably be it for this week. Not a lot of point in me showing you the filter cleaning at the moment, because it looks like I'm going to get wet doing it. Let's pop your back up on top here. So, it looks like at last the winter's drawn to a finish. Covers off in sight. A water temp of over 12 degrees. I'm expecting to take a little bit of a knock when I take the covers off. It's probably going to drop a few degrees overnight, every night, but a little bit of a bounce won't hurt to bring them into the summer, as long as it isn't too dramatic. And if we do get a real cold snap, I can always chuck them back on again. It's not too much of a pain. But it's been nice having you this week. Getting your pond ready for summer, very important. A few things you need in stock, like a bio booster. Make sure your cartridges are up and good on your Dechlorinator. You don't want to slack on them. But the bio in the filter is very important. You're going to need it. You don't want water parameters bouncing around all over the place at the start of the season. You want a nice slow gradual ramp up with the amount of food you're feeding them. I'll carry on with the wheat germ. I'll probably buy some more and start them on that for the first month and a bit, and slowly 50-50 it as I work it into them. Right, it's starting to rain. I'm going to stand down here, clean the filters in the rain and get wet. You stay tuned in the next week or two. On the covers off day, I'll be running a competition as well. Got koi first aid kit to give away, and I'll be giving away another koi temperature plaque. Okay, so stay tuned for that. Be a simple competition. So from down here in rainy Devon, yeah, I'm going to get wet. I'll catch you all in another one. Bye for now.